Good morning, Patriots, and happy Memorial Day. I'm going to dispense with all the formalities, and I'm going to get right to this video. This morning I want to talk to you about Memorial Day and what it means. So many people have no idea what Memorial Day is. Today, millions of people are celebrating with backyard barbecues and cookouts and picnics on the lake with family and friends. Memorial Day is always on the last day of May, and it's the beginning of summer. It's the beginning of backyard barbecues and cookouts all across America. Memorial Day means little more than a 3-day holiday to millions of Americans who never take not one moment out of their day to think of the true meaning of Memorial Day. All they care about is they have a day off, and it's in conjunction with a weekend, so they got a 3-day weekend, and that's all they care about, people. To them, it's just a holiday to eat, drink, and be merry and party without ever having one thought of the true meaning behind this holiday. In 1868, General John Logan made a proclamation to commemorate the sacrifices of fallen soldiers in the war between the states. I try not to use that term Civil War because there was nothing civil about it. Brother against brother, father against son. A terrible, bloody war. It was needless. And during that bloody war, the bloodiest war ever fought on American soil, 620,000 soldiers died on distant battlefields far from home and their loved ones. They died alone on that battlefield. There was many thousands of them fighting, but each individual soldier had his own fight. He was fighting for his life and for his family and for his country as he loved it and for what he believed in. Right or wrong, these men died, and they gave their life for what they believed in. But you know, since the war between the states, over 644,000 Americans have lost their lives in foreign wars. Since that time, we've had almost 60,000 Americans died in Vietnam. Almost 34,000 died in the Korean War. 407,000 died in World War II. And 117,000 died in World War I. That bloody war, the war between the states, was 620,000 men. That was the bloodiest war ever fought. In 1971, Memorial Day was declared a national holiday on the last day in May of every year. Today is set aside to remember the fallen hero's sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice. I pray today that no more heroes will have to die on foreign soil. But I'm going to tell you now, people, all of these brave men and women who died for us, they're all different. They're all unique. But every one of them had a great love for America. And they gave everything. Everything. These men and women left home to go and fight for this country. And today, many of those fallen soldiers are still resting on foreign battlefields. I believe many veterans of the Vietnam War will gather today, and they're going to remember the horrors of that war as they fought a vicious fight without the true support of home. And while they were dodging bullets on the battlefield in Vietnam, our politicians stood around and they debated the efficacy of war. These guys couldn't even shoot back if they were being shot at a lot of times. They had to receive orders before they could defend themselves. It was a needless, senseless, stupid war. But Did you know these young men and women answered the call of duty? They possessed a wild courage of the youth. And they stood strong for America, but America let them down. We let those men down. It was a terrible thing that we did to those boys. We owe all of them a promise to never forget their personal sacrifices, up to include death. And that's what we celebrate today, people, is the remembrance of those who gave all. It's important for us to remember that these are the ones who bought our freedom, and they paid for it with their lives. Please, today at 3 p.m., join me and the President for a national moment of remembrance and pause to think of the true meaning of this day and remember those who sacrificed all. People, they gave everything. They left home with high hopes of defending America and coming home a hero. They are heroes, but they didn't come home. People, I hope and pray that y'all remember these fallen men and women today as you celebrate across America. I want all of you to be safe. I want you to have fun with family and friends. Eat, drink, and be merry. But remember why we have this day of celebration. This day is in honor of all of our fallen men and women who have died in war. People, I'm Deplorable Bobby, and this is the way I see it. Pray for our children. They're the least, the last, and the lost. But pray for each other. And pray for us. I'm Deplorable Bobby. This is the way I see it. God bless America. And God bless our fallen patriots.